What percentage of that build do you reckon goes to the government?
30?
50.
50%.
50%. G'day everyone, welcome to the Bothy. I'm Chris.
G'day, I'm Al.
Had a look this week, mate, at the amount of money that goes in revenue to the government every time a new apartment block or house and land package gets sold and built. And I was flabbergasted, mate. We wonder why new houses have gone up so much. I think I'm onto it.
You think you've found out the secret?
At the end of the day, we've both spent years working in the building industry.
Yeah.
I always have a bit of a laugh when people say, oh, but building materials have gone up so much. They did, absolutely. Pine went up a lot through COVID.
Yeah.
Yep, because we couldn't get supply. Our timber companies were sending timber overseas. The timber that was being imported wasn't being sent to Australia anymore. It was going elsewhere.
But a lot of them also closed, didn't they?
They stopped subsidising the Australian timber industry and they started allowing overseas exporters to send their timber here.
So once again, the government screwed
the timber industry, absolutely. So then, of course, we had a shortage of timber, so then things go up. But since COVID, and now that things have calmed down and shipping's gone back, timber's actually as cheap, if not cheaper, than it was pre-COVID. So when people say building costs have gone up, bullshit.
Yeah.
Yep. Some might have.
Yep.
Yep. Tradies are hard to get. I get that. And they do charge a little bit more than they were because otherwise they'd be holding a lollipop stick on a highway. But I did find something that has gone up a lot since COVID. So local, state and federal government taxes, fees and charges now make up a huge chunk of the cost of a new home or a new development.
It's always the tax, isn't it?
It is.
It's like more taxes, up the tax, put more tax on, put GST on. It's like, freaking hell.
Exactly right.
This government just overtaxed the people more than I've ever seen in any other country.
So in Sydney, the average at the moment for a new house and land package of revenue to the government is $576,000 per build.
That's what it's worth to them.
To the government.
Friggin' hell.
Median house price for a house build is just over $1 million. $576,000 of it is going to the government.
Oh my God.
It's gone up 38% since 2019.
38% up in 5 years.
Well, if you don't like that number, you're going to hate some of these ones. Victoria, it's about $373,000 of your house and land package. That's gone up 75% since 2019.
What? 75?
75%.
Freaking hell.
In Brisbane, it's gone up 106% since 2019 to be about the same amount as Melbourne. Adelaide, it's gone up over 100%.
How the frig can you sleep at night?
I don't know. They're ripping us off. Perth has only gone up 36%, but it was already high. It was really high. And it's still $237,000 out of every build. And in Hobart, it's 106% since 2019. Taxes, fees and charges have gone up 106% in Hobart since 2019.
Whoa.
Everyone sits back and says it's supply and demand, and everyone says investors and overseas investors are ruining the market. Here is a stealth way.
Here's the thing. You can see right away, that's the thing that's ruining the friggin' market. That's why everything's so friggin' expensive.
You know, people who have a 30-year mortgage now, if they're able to buy a home, the first 12 years of that is paying off taxes.
They now say that in New South Wales, the first 15 years of your mortgage is paying off taxes, fees and charges for local, state and federal government. And the local, they have got their hand right in the pie. The local
government. A pack of greedy arseholes.
Exactly right.
Fucking hell.
Yep, exactly right.
But, before you did this research, I was unaware of this, and I always thought, it's because of like you said, the investors from overseas, the Chinese billionaires buying the houses, and then, freaking, what a shock.
Yeah.
That is bullshit.
Was one interesting stat in New South Wales I looked at is if you're in New South Wales and you buy a house as an investment property and you're an overseas investor, the stamp duty is 4 times more for you than it is for an Australian.
What?
For every $12,000 an Australian would spend on stamp duty, a Chinese or a European or American investor will pay 48, and it keeps going up. Yeah. So at least that's something going into the government coffers.
Well, it just shows you a pack of lying bastards.
Absolutely.
Once again.
Exactly right. So the government are targeting 240,000 new dwellings, and now we know why.
Yeah.
It was making them rich. In 2024, Australia built 158,000 new dwellings, so well short of the target. And in 2025, so far up to 31 March, we've built 120,000. So we're not going to get anywhere near 240,000 again.
No way.
This year. People can't build because it's too expensive, right? So what can we do, do you think, in Australia?
I don't know. Take 20% off the freaking tax for a start.
Exactly right. Why do they need to make 106% more now than they did 5 years ago?
Because they don't give a shit. Because they earn enough money to afford these houses.
Yeah.
So they can be in the market.
Yep.
You and I can't.
No.
It's too expensive.
No, exactly right. If the government genuinely wants to play a part in solving the housing crisis, they have the biggest opportunity of anybody.
Huge opportunity.
Yep. So the government is serious about building more houses. Tax relief must play a part in making affordable housing.
It can't just be like filling their coffers. Mate.
No.
It cannot be.
It can't be. Exactly right. If we continue to rely on, cost of goods coming down like Pine has, or interest rates falling, that'll mean that we can borrow more money. All that does is allow people to improve the house they're buying. It doesn't necessarily pump the market full of new people.
That 30-year mortgage will end up having to be a 100-year mortgage like they've got in Japan.
Yeah.
And you'll pass your house down to your kids because that's the only way they're going to get in the house market.
I think we're doing that anyway, aren't we?
Yeah. Looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My kids aren't moving out anytime soon.
There's no way my kids are moving out for the next 10 years.
So let us know what you think, people. I mean, I can't believe the amount of tax charges that the councils, the state government and the federal government are just playing. And a lot of it goes to bureaucracy where they, you need to make sure the house is energy rated correctly. All of that's come in and blown costs out and also blown out the amount of time it takes to get approvals.
To get approval to get it built.
Yeah. That's blown out in some states from 3 to 6 months to 9 to 15 months. It's insane. 15 months. We're trying to build houses. Yeah. We're trying to get people in houses.
It's ridiculous.
It is.
And the government are trying to collect their taxes from these new builds.
Exactly right. Brilliant. And it's the government that's slowing it down.
I know.
Yeah.
As usual.
So it's insane. So please let us know what you think. We think the government can ease off on the taxing the people if they are really serious about affordable housing being available to the public.
Yeah, agreed.
Let us know what you think.
Thanks, guys.
See ya.